Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat, on the Fastlane, so sleek, gotta rev up, hit the street, ooh yeah, Fastlane, all night, feel the speed, feel the light, join the ride.
And we're back in the fast lane.
And we're back.
Proudly brought to you by Breitling, our friends at Sun and Private Wealth and Bettify. And what a weekend of racing we have ahead, John, because we've got all systems firing. We've got 2, 4, 5, 8 wheels, 9 wheels, and trucking.
It's all happening. We've got international racing. We've got WRC, Acropolis Rally. We've got Formula One. We see Max Verstappen bringing out the lion. Towards that time of the season where he needs to bring out the manly mane.
Yeah.
So let's see what he can do. Beautiful livery they've done for him in the Red Bull home race for them. It's a great circuit. Yeah, it's one where you can see quite a lot of action. So we're going to see if Max can win there. Obviously, McLaren's favourite. We see Oscar Piastri sort of now in a really interesting position. I think he's got nice control. He's obviously his teammate drove into the back of him, came out apologising for that. Not looking good for Lando at the moment. You know, it's tough to come back from these things, especially when you're supposed to be the team leader and it's not you're not feeling like you're leading. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Mercedes obviously coming through with George Russell getting the win in Canada, so he'll want to try and do a little bit better. But Mercedes don't always do well at the Red Bull Ring, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they sort of do from that position. And then I liked Valtteri Bottas. I don't know if you saw, Ryan, he had a Cadillac that he had hired in America. Opens the door and he goes something like, is a seat available? Look at the stitching, and he rubs. It's quite funny. So either he's baiting them into saying, hey,
sign up for next season.
Pick me. I think he was a little bit disappointed in Mr. Wolf's comment the other day saying, he'll be a good endurance driver / IndyCar driver, saying there's no seat available. And clearly with Kimi Antonelli doing so well, I don't think there is going to be a spot for him. So it'd be great to see him in that car. I mean, obviously Sergio Perez is also trying to get in there.
So
he comes with big backing.
Many people want those seats.
Yeah, no, everybody. There's such a limited amount. So they're in next year. I mean, it's all coming quickly. So be interesting. They're going to run the Ferrari engine. So again, possibly one of the Ferrari junior drivers could be linked to that, because let's be honest, there's no American driver at this stage that could jump in and drive the Cadillac. It's something that they'll have to work towards.
So, and surely, you'd think about Cadillac as an engine supplier for Formula One. Not going to happen. I mean, you mentioned that Ferrari engine that they're going to have in their car.
Look, they will at some point. So I think by 2027, 2028, they'll want to produce their own drivetrain. But for now, it'll be the Ferrari, which I think is probably not a bad thing.
No.
Focus on the aerodynamics and the other parts of the car. You can't do everything at once. Talking about Americans, we saw Mr. Sunny Bull. I always say Sunny Bull, but Mr. Sunny, that's Brad Pitt, got to test the McLaren.
Yes. On that note, we mentioned this Brad Pitt and the new Formula One movie, and we mentioned this on the radio show. But what a great bit of ambush marketing from IWC, and it's not really ambush marketing. It was just very clever and strategic. They've gone and they've stuck their brand right in the face of LVMH, who we know have signed a $1 billion deal to be the official timing partners of Formula One, and there they go.
But do you think they got an offer?
Boom.
Do you think they would have gone to them first and said, "Listen, do you want to be a part of the movie?"
No, I think IWC jumped on that long ago. Remember, a movie? I mean, you'd know, putting a movie together. You work on it now, and it only comes out in 2-3 years' time. That LVMH deal wasn't on the cards, but how strategic with like a couple of months into the newer deal that they've signed, and Tag Heuer going like, what? IWC are all over Formula One. So
and I mean, it's supposed to be. I mean, they really took their time because the guys from Top Gun were involved in making of the movie. So they say like the action and the bumping is so realistic. So quite excited to go watch that.
Great tie in that Top Gun have with IWC as well. Just
of course, true.
They've got that tie in.
And the fact that we are extras in the movie.
We are extras. By the way, thank you very much. We play a massive part. Look, that part. Look, split seconds.
The dramatic part.
Waving in the crowd scenes. We were in the final race of the season that they shot at Abu Dhabi.
We bought the gears.
We bought it. We were like, Brad Pitt, I know you, brother. Armpits. Anyway,
so moving from 4 wheels to 2 wheels, we see Assen. We have that MotoGP race coming up in the Netherlands. So again, the Marquez brothers. I mean, come on, it's just. Did you see that the Italian fan, the Tifosis? I forget the team boss of Ducati, because when Marquez was up on the podium, they were booing him, and he went. He's like, "Come on, Tifosi! He's wearing the Ducati. He's a red. Yes, he's Spanish, but support. He's driving for the brand, So he was really like shouting at the crowd to get them to say, "Don't boo the guy." Yes. Yeah. And Marquez came out and he said, "Listen, he understands. Bagnaia is Italian. They wanted him to win.
Sure.
He actually didn't even podium. No. So a
lot of pushing and shoving in the beginning of the race between Bagnaia, his brother, and himself.
Unreal.
It was such a good race.
At 300 kilometers an hour, they're elbowing each other. I almost actually sit on there on the couch and go, my balls tingle.
Yeah, but they do that anyway. You tell me that they don't normally just tingle when you're on the couch.
Yeah, jeez.
So it's the weather for it as well. It's the kind of weather for a good ball tingle.
It is.
Listen, let's go local motor racing. What's happening?
Yeah, Power Series round number 5. We see all the classes competing. Obviously, we know the weather is going to be a bit hectic.
I want to get you in a car again. We got to get you in a car. Watch the space. We are going to do something. I'm going to get a sponsored car somewhere.
Can you get me in this?
Maybe in one of our new cars. You've actually test driven that.
I did the TV ad for this.
You did the TV ad. That is the Taycan Turbo GT.
This thing,
fastest Porsche ever made.
It is insanely fast.
Yeah.
It's like pulling an elastic band as far back as you can and letting go. And it actually gives you the giggles in your tummy. Yeah. You're like, it's just so good. Yeah. And then every time you accelerate, you start to giggle. You just can't help it. It's just, and you actually get a bit of like jet fighter, like motion sickness.
Driving.
Yeah, no, proper.
That's incredible. Right, let's talk about what we're driving this week in the garage. Let's have a look. Just on a rainy day, we're outside my house with a Mini. This is a little Mini Countryman. Tell me a little about this car.
Listen, Ryan, this thing is really cool. It's the John Cooper Works. Right. The security thought the car was named after me. I said, no, it's not. Very
that
cool
would be
car.
John Pooper.
Pooper Works, yeah. Skid mark edition.
Pooper Works.
But this car, I tell you, Minis, sometimes, people talk about them being like sort of, there's like mixed reviews on them. But this thing is so cool. It's so much fun.
I like the color.
It handles really well. And again, it's so smart inside. I love the little quirkiness of the little like buttons and little fix and switches and stuff.
Nice.
But this
I like
thing
the wheels,
goes.
like the options.
I love the 4-cylinder sound engine that it has. It makes this really cool sound.
Very nice looking car. And then from sporty. This to another one that's in the driver, and that's the Mazda CX-30. I'm going to swing this around so you can have a good look at this. But look here.
Very cool color.
Very cool color.
Nice compact size. Look at the front.
That's what it looks like.
Check how they've gotten quite stealthy on the front of this car.
I love this combination that they've used here in terms of the brown and dark suede finish inside. And really, it's got everything that you need, everything that you expect from a Mazda. Great quality build inside, suede on the dashboard over there. Look at these wheels though. I mean, look at them. Nice wheels.
That's very cool.
Really
look at this like look how they've got them more aggressive on the front. I love it. Look at the edging and the lines. Very cool.
Very nice.
Nice and stealth looking.
Family love it. I love the front of it. I really do like it.
Nice color combination with the black.
And a nice color, yeah, like you mentioned. Really nice. And affordable as well. There we go. Mazda, thank you very much. Sky Active G CX-30 from Mazda. And it's going to be swapped out for, in actual fact, for a Volvo.
And thanks to Driving Force for this all-wheel drive Mini.
Force for the all-4. Let's have a little quick squeeze inside.
Oh, let's
take a look at that. There we go.
Look at those little
There's John's bag. There's his handbag, his man bag.
Excuse the coffee and all the drinks who were on show this morning really early. Nice, but look at this, four-wheel drive.
Is this the one that goes, hee-haw, when you...
No, it's not that one.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes.
The one we had before that goes,
yes. But this is the all-wheel drive. Plenty of space.
Nice.
Lovely,
cool.
Very sporty looking.
Very nice. Like I said, I like the color scheme. It's really nice. Nice. I can't wait to see what we get next week from Driving Force. And of course, like I mentioned, we'll have that HEV, which is a hybrid electric vehicle from Volvo, being tested next week. So there we go. Shot at my driver because of the weather conditions again. So huge thanks to Sean and the folks at Mazda for the Mazda CX-30. Looking forward to the Volvo that's coming our way shortly as well. It's an HEV.
Remember the old Mazda Sting?
Hybrid. Yeah, I remember the Mazda things.
With old Clive
323.
Rice and the guys that
323.
competed in them. Yeah,
I remember.
Geez, Mazda's got such a history of great motorsporting cars that they've built over the years. Remember, obviously, that endurance Le Mans car that was famous for flying along at 400 kilometers an hour.
You mentioned as well rotary engines from Mazdas as well. And then listen, have a great weekend, everybody. I'm off. The Fastlane will be coming to you live in parts next week from Saint-Tropez. A very, very special birthday weekend. And we say to our dear friend Ralph Schumacher, who turns the big 5-0, to Ralph, happy birthday, my friend. See you in a couple of days to celebrate with you in Saint-Tropez. Take care, everybody. Fastlane proudly brought to you by, do we miss something?
We did, and I always miss it. We had some footage of a TV ad that we did on the weekend.
John shot a TV ad for a car manufacturer. Let's have a quick look at some of this footage. Behind the scenes as we get to see what happens when you put TV ads together. All happening in the Fastlane, brought to you by Breitling, Sun & Private Wealth, and Betterfy. Like, subscribe, and we're joined again next week from all different parts of the world.
Engines roaring, feel the beat, Ryan and John can't be beat.